if the Canes just win, that has been the mantra for years when it comes to Miami recruiting. And well, this season, it looks like the Canes are winning. They're off to a 2-0 start, and it's already having a major impact on recruiting. I got a Zuby Charles from Cane Sport on this video, and we're going to talk about some of the action from this weekend. But first, Miami fans, do me a favor and hit subscribe to the On3 Recruits channel. We're talking Miami Hurricane recruiting all season long, so jump on board and hit subscribe for me, please. All right. Let's bring in Azubi Charles from Cane Sport. Now, there was a surprise visitor on campus. His name's DJ Pickett. He's not a surprise name for fans. Fans well know that five-star name, DJ Pickett. How did you find out he was coming, and when did you know?
Yeah, so this kind of developed, later in the week, kind of Thursday, Friday, and obviously with Pickett making that move down to Coral Gables, coming to see, the Miami Hurricanes for the second week in a row, he saw a great showing from the program, and that's kind of been his biggest thing. He wants to see Miami continue to dominate this year. Obviously committed to LSU, but that hasn't stopped the Hurricanes from chipping away in his recruitment, and I think they're doing a great job of it. Just getting a guy like that on campus around that staff is a win, in my opinion, for the Canes, and it looks like things went well this weekend for the Canes and Pickett. So continue monitoring this. He's going to be back in South Florida once again for that Florida State game as well, too, later this season. So Miami's doing a great job in this recruitment, I think, just slowly chipping away.
And I think you can directly credit this to winning on the field, right? I mean, DJ Pickett, he saw Miami play last week, but he didn't watch it from Coral Gables. He was a visitor of the Florida Gators last week. But with what Miami did, I mean, coming out of that trip, yeah, DJ Pickett said, I'm going to return to Miami, but everybody thought it was going to be for the Florida State game, which is in another 5 or 6 weeks. Well, he ends up showing up in Coral Gables week 2. I mean, how significant of a development do you think this was?
I think that's absolutely massive. Like you mentioned, he didn't plan on returning to Miami until Florida State. He sees that great showing for the Canes get back on campus. Getting him around that staff and around those players is awesome. You have guys like Drake Stubbs, a Miami 2025 commit, that said after the game he was in Pickett's ear trying to get him to come to the Canes. Just little things like that are huge. Getting a big time prospect, one of Miami's top targets in the 2025 class, back on campus in that stadium, seeing Miami dominate.
All right. Toward the end of the summer, I asked you about TJ Alfred. I asked Matt Parker with our Letterman Row site of Ohio State site about TJ Alfred, and it didn't seem like there was much going on between Alfred and really any other program, but he shows up at Miami week 2. I haven't seen any of the articles or anything, but was this just a, hey, I want to go to a local game, or was there more significance to Alfred showing up?
I believe there's a little bit more significance in that. Obviously, Miami loses a linebacker in 2025. 4-star linebacker Elijah Mendez, and then you get another big time prospect on campus just a week later. So I feel like the Canes are kind of trying to find that next linebacker in that 2025 class. Obviously, I don't think they ever moved off of TJ Alfred, but having 3 linebackers committed elsewhere. Now things open up a little bit. You start showing that interest, turn up the heat a little bit more. Drives not too far from his dad is from Miami, so he loves the Canes, loves being around that staff, and he just feels that family vibe with the Canes. So good to be watching this recruitment a little bit more as we continue through the season.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep an eye on that. We know Miami likes to get busy with Ohio State commitments as it gets closer to December. It seems like a tradition with Mario Cristobal, but we'll keep an eye on that. Let's keep the flip target theme going. Dallas Wilson, he's been committed to Oregon for over a year at this point. He's from Tampa, Florida, been committed to Oregon for over a year. He's a there's really not a better looking wide receiver in the state of Florida than Dallas Wilson. So, of course, all the teams in the state would love to keep him, but it seems like Miami is the one program right now that has a shot. And I say they have a shot because we know they're still in contact. Dallas Wilson didn't make it to the game, but Azubi, what's going on between Miami and Wilson?
Yeah, Wilson's been one of the Hurricanes' top wide receiver targets and top targets overall in that 2025 class for some time. And they're similar where DJ Pickett just chipping away, trying to keep one of the Sunshine State's best prospects in the state of Florida this 2025 class. Don't know how much you want to put weight to this, but during his game on Friday was rocking Miami gloves, Miami cleats. So there's definitely some interest there. And obviously Miami's trying to get him back on campus. And if I think they do, I think that'll be very, very significant in that recruitment. But Miami's not going to give up until national signing day with Dallas Wilson, who they think very highly of.
All right. So for those scoring at home, he had on Miami gear. Was it a towel? Was it gloves? Was it a vibe? What kind of Miami gear did he have on?
So he had the gloves and the cleats. Don't know how much you want to weigh or into that, but hey, he's repping the Canes, committed to Oregon, so that's a little bit of something there for you fans out there.
Yeah, hey, Miami fans in the comments section, what does the glove cleat combo mean for a flip? Let us know, comment section below. All right, it's not all about 5 stars here on the Inside Scoop. We got to talk about linebacker Kevin Wiley. He's an under-the-radar recruit. He's from Armwood High School, which is a powerhouse high school in Tampa, Florida. Running back there is already committed to Miami. Now, Kellen Wiley, he's on the radar. How big of a priority is he, and is Miami pushing for a commitment here?
Yeah, Miami's really, really turning things up in the recruitment of Kellen Wiley. Like you mentioned, kind of an under-the-radar guy, but he came in week 1 of his high school season down to South Florida, and his Armwood squad really, really beat up Miami Norland, which is a powerhouse down here. That caught the attention of the Miami Hurricane staff. They offered him a week later, and then 2 weeks later, he's on campus. He's setting up an official visit with the Canes right now, and I think things, are starting to really, really develop between those two sides. This summer only took 2 official visits to Maryland and Toledo, so things are kind of slow this summer, but, things are amping up for him, and I think Miami's really prioritizing Kellen Wiley, and they really love his versatility. 6'4", 210 pounds, can play a lot of spots on that defensive side of the ball, so good to be watching this one as well, too.
All right, Miami fans, let us know. Comment section below. It's a big weekend, 2-0 to start the season. Let us know who's next on this Miami Hurricane hit list. Comment section below. Well, you've made it to the end of today's video, but there's hundreds more videos on the On3 Recruits channel for you to check out. And also, while you're here, hit subscribe.